Before the world knew light, there was chaos, a void where time slept, and the earth was nothing but the heartbeat of eternity. From this chaos rose the Titans, beings of unimaginable power, older than the sky itself. They ruled the world not with wisdom, but with raw, primal fear. At their head was Cronus, the Titan king, devourer of his own blood. A prophecy haunted Cronus, whispering on the wind, "One of your children will rise to overthrow you." Driven by paranoia, he decided to consume his own future. One by one, he swallowed his children whole. Hestia, goddess of the hearth; Demeter, mother of the harvest; Hera, future queen of the gods; Hades, lord of the unseen; and Poseidon, master of the sea, all vanished into the darkness of his insatiable hunger. But fate, as it often does, had other plans. Rhea, the queen of Titans and Cronus's wife, could not bear to lose another child. In secret, she gave birth beneath a raging storm, in a cave hidden by clouds and shadow. The infant's name was Zeus. As Cronus unknowingly swallowed a stone wrapped in swaddling cloth, believing it to be his son, Rhea smuggled the real child away, deep into the untamed wilds of Crete. There, Zeus grew, not in a palace, but nurtured by rebellion, raised by whispering winds and nymphs. He drank the milk of a sacred goat and was guarded by warrior spirits. He was a god forged in exile, his heart beating with a rhythm of vengeance he did not yet understand. When he came of age, he finally learned the truth of his birth, that his brothers and sisters were not dead, but lived on, trapped in the living prison that was their father. In that moment, the young god swore an oath. This wasn't a quest for power, but for justice, for liberation. His journey led him to the depths of the earth, to seek out Metis, the goddess of wisdom. She, seeing the fire in his eyes, gave him a potion, not of poison, but of liberation. Disguised as a royal cupbearer, Zeus served the enchanted drink to his father. As Cronus drank it down, a tremor ran through his colossal form. The Titan king heaved, and from his mouth, one by one, the gods were reborn. Hades emerged first, his eyes burning with the fury of his long imprisonment. Poseidon followed, his voice echoing with the roar of the sea itself. Hestia, Demeter, and Hera stood beside them, radiant and vengeful, and together they turned to face their father. The great war, the Titanomachy, had begun. For 10 endless years the heavens burned. This was not a battle, it was the unmaking of a world. Gods and titans tore creation apart. Mountains were ripped from their roots and hurled as weapons. Oceans rose to swallow armies, and the sky itself bled fire and chaos. Zeus rained thunder upon the battlefield, each bolt a scream of defiance. Poseidon shattered the earth with tidal waves, his rage carving new coastlines. And Hades, shrouded in darkness, commanded the shadows of the fallen, turning the very dead against their former masters. Yet, for all their power, the war was a stalemate. The Titans were ancient, their strength seemingly infinite. Victory seemed impossible, until betrayal changed the course of destiny. Zeus remembered the tales of other prisoners of the Titans, the Cyclopes, master smiths with a single burning eye, and the 100-handed ones, monstrosities of terrifying strength. He descended into the abyss of Tartarus where they were chained and promised them freedom in exchange for their allegiance. They agreed. The Cyclopes forged for him the ultimate weapon, the thunderbolt, a spear of pure lightning. For Poseidon, they crafted the trident, a tool to command the earthquakes and the seas, and for Hades, they made the helm of invisibility, allowing him to move unseen, a phantom of death on the battlefield. Armed with these new god-tier weapons, the tide of the war turned. With one final cataclysmic strike, Zeus hurled his thunderbolt across the sky. It struck Cronus with the force of a collapsing star. The Titan king fell, and with him, the age of the Titans ended. The world fell silent, blanketed in an eerie calm. But victory came with the bitter taste of division. The 3 brothers, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, cast lots to divide their new kingdom. Zeus claimed the sky, Poseidon took the sea, and Hades was left with the underworld. But the story passed down through the ages isn't the whole truth. The lots were never fair. Zeus, ambitious and cunning, had already chosen his throne. Hades did not choose the darkness. He was sent there by deception, exiled to rule a kingdom of ghosts and silence. And so Olympus rose, a shining beacon built upon the ashes of betrayal. The gods created their magnificent palace of marble and gold, a symbol of a new divine order. But beneath its gleaming beauty, the ground still trembled with the curses of the fallen titans trapped in Tartarus. Every bolt of lightning, every crashing wave, every creeping shadow, they all carried the echo of a war won by treachery. Standing above the clouds, lightning dancing in his hand, Zeus looked upon his brothers and declared, "The age of titans is over, the age of gods begins." But from the depths of Tartarus a broken voice thundered back, a voice that shook the foundations of their new home. It was Cronus. "You are not gods," he roared. "You are thieves. You stole the sky." The words hung in eternity, and for the first time, as Zeus looked out into the heavens he now ruled, he felt a flicker of the same fear that had once consumed his father. The war was over, but peace was a lie, because a new prophecy was already taking root, one left unbroken. A child of Olympus would one day rise and finish what Zeus had started. Thus began the Age of Secrets, the Age of Olympus itself. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey through myth and legend. If you were captivated by this story, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss what comes next. Let us know in the comments which myth you want us to explore next. Until then, stay curious,